I join with Ranking Member Waters and my colleagues on this side of the aisle in strongly opposing H.R. 5983, known as the Financial Choice Act. This bill makes the wrong choice by repealing the Dodd-Frank Act. It would end the investor, consumer, and market protections that helped us climb out of the Great Recession, which started in 2008. The Wall Street reforms restored accountability to our financial system and gave Americans confidence that the system works for and protects them. Since Dodd-Frank's passage, the economy has added 15 million private sector jobs, and the unemployment rate has been cut in half since its peak during the recession. 11 years after AIG perpetrated billions of dollars worth of fraudulent transactions involving mortgage-backed securities and credit default swaps, and in the same week that its CEO goes on trial once again, this bill would roll back the very consumer and investor protections designed to prevent another too-big-to-fail bank crisis that led to AIG's bailout, the largest in history. Today, the housing market continues to recover, with home prices rising, families able to buy a piece of the American dream. This is particularly important to my district, where homeownership is one of the most effective wealth-building tools available to Latino families. Homeownership is directly correlated with better health outcomes and improved educational opportunities and higher incomes for future generations. My congressional district has also benefited from the consumer protections in Dodd-Frank, safeguarding by constituents from predatory payday lending, unlawful debt collection, and lending discrimination and illegal fees. And yet, Mr. Chairman, your bill would strip these protections for students, seniors, families, and service members. A report released in June 2016 by Good Jobs First examined cases dating back to 2010 brought against major U.S. foreign banks by the Justice Department and other federal agencies such as Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Federal Reserve, the Office of the Comptroller, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. According to that report, U.S. and foreign banks have paid more than $160 billion, yes, B as in boy, $160 billion in penalties to resolve cases brought against them by the Justice Department and federal regulatory agencies. There are 144 major cases of $100 million or more against 26 large U.S. and foreign banks, including Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley. In addition to those, the following 6 banks have pled guilty to criminal charges since the financial crisis: Citigroup, J.P. Morgan, Barclays, BNP Paribas, Credit Suisse, and Royal Bank of Scotland. 14 banks have each accumulated penalty amounts in excess of $1 billion, and 5 of those in excess of $10 billion. In closing, I think that we should be working together to preserve our financial system rather than dismantling Dodd-Frank. We should be focused on the homeless, on Americans displaced by severe flooding, and helping working families afford home ownership and improve their financial literacy. In a bipartisan bill, let's, both sides of the aisle, tweak the Dodd-Frank Act to give relief to community banks with $10 billion in assets or less. I ask unanimous consent, Mr. Chairman, that this report that I hold in my hands, entitled The $160 Billion Bank Fee, dated June 2016, be made a part of this markup.
The gentleman's submission is covered by General Leave.
Accordingly, I urge my colleagues to vote against the Financial Choice Act and work with us to build up our financial system and keep us safe from another financial catastrophe. With that, I yield back.